Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
Bad thing. It would seem that we were unprofessional and unprepared to go live, and I wouldn't want us to look like that.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know I can always count on you to help me make sure that we are prepared, because
just let me know when to jump in.
Preparation is the cornerstone of this organization. Right. Thank you.
When you're ready for me to jump in, because we're taking a live stream, you just give me the signal.
All right. Well, we're live. We're live, and everybody.
You're supposed to give me a signal.
Well, the signal was like 5 second. 5 second. Hey, beware.
I talked over that. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Well, way to go. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the live broadcast recording of episode 485.6 of Priority 1, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. I'm starting to lose count after nearing 500 episodes. I don't know about you guys.
We'll have to get the Sesame Street guy to come in and help us.
We do.
186 podcasts.
Count.
He's just the count.
The count. That's right. He's just the count. Thank you.
He doesn't even have a name. Just the count. So, hello, everyone. Tony, can you say something? I've been saying things a lot, and I got the hint you wanted me to shut up a little while ago. So this is an odd.
All right, no, I just had to modify. I had to arrange my everything was. Never mind. Just
forgive my confusion. I was just.
Yeah. That's fine. Hi, everyone. Hi, and welcome. Look, it's been a hell of a week, hasn't it?
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
It's been a long year this last week.
It has been a long year this last week. That is absolutely correct. A happy birthday, Keith.
Happy birthday.
That's right. His birthday was October 28th, and 65. 65 is a very good year.
Nice.
It's a retirement year.
So congrats. So hello, everyone. We hope that you are safe. We hope that hopefully you can hear me a little better. I upped the gain and volume of everything this time around. So, I can't record. I don't understand what Riverside did. I don't know what they're doing here.
Are we gonna need to fire up Audacity like the old?
No. I can control.
I have it here.
No.
For olden times,
I can still control the recording. So, anywho, yeah. So we're gonna try to do a show, and let's do it. I hope. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes. So, big week, long year. These last 7 days, and I think many of us, in part, can take a moment to breathe a sigh of relief after how after Saturday's announcement. So yeah, it's now we can maybe have fun again.
Sure. I mean, I never stopped having fun.
Well, last week was kind of like, oh man, like that's really what I meant. Like last week's show, we were like, oh man,
it was stressful. Yeah,
it's a different kind of fun. Have you ever had the kind of fun where you're taking a corner really too fast in a car that's really too powerful for you to drive and almost lost control of it?
Yeah,
that's a certain kind of fun. I liken it to that.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a certain amount of puckering that happens when you do that. So that's fun in its own way.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we let's go ahead and start the show. Everybody, first of all, you're on Chrome. Everybody's got headphones on. If you double check your ad blockers and make sure that you have approved Riverside, just in case. If you didn't have a glass of water, make sure you have. Close your doors. Mute your cell phones. Let's do a show.
Mute cell phone's a good one.
Yeah, and I forgot my emergency backup line.
I know, me too. I forgot my emergency drinkity drink. Can somebody make sure that we get the countdown?
Get the times in. Yeah, I'll get the times in.
All right. So. All right. We're gonna start recording. All right. I think it's me, right? This week. All right. Okay, intro in 3, 2. This week on episode 486 of Priority 1 with 3 ellipses. What'd I tell you, Jake? What'd I tell you? I mean, with 3 dashes. What'd I tell you, Jake?
He had 3 dashes there.
I told him not to do 3 dashes.
Oh, I was confused. It really should be an ellipse. Or actually, it really needs to be a colon. Kat, what do you think? I think that needs to be a colon, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's the beginning of a list, right? Yeah, so it would need to be, yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm good with it. It's just 3 dashes, I'm sure, screw up SEOs all over the place. All right. Intro in 3, 2. This week on episode 486 of Priority 1, we trek out Stream Dreams, LGBTQ representation, Tuvix gets political, and Roddenberry is recognized. In Star Trek Gaming, we talk about Star Trek Online's discount of a lifetime, legendary package, a legendary package of a not-so-lifetime, and how a 10-year-old game stays funky fresh. Hint. It's all about hint. It's quality of life improvements. Then we head on screen to watch Star Trek Discovery's newest episode. Then we
Airball.
No, it was. Then we head on screen to watch. Then we look on screen to watch Star Trek Discovery's newest episode, Forget Me Not. I think I need to.
Okay.
My face.
It sounds like a good idea.
There we go. That's better.
Dave Riley says there are 4 dashes.
4 dashes.
Good one, Dave.
Hello, Captains. You're listening to episode 486 of Priority 1, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. Your weekly recap and review of all the major news happening in the Star Trek multiverse. Did that sound weird? I felt like it was weird. No? All right. This episode was recorded live on Tuesday, November 10th, 2020, and available for download or streaming on Friday, November 13th at PriorityOnePodcast.com. I'm Elio.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Tony.
I hope that the two of you took a break after the long 7-day year that we had. You guys all rested up. You guys feel a little bit refreshed, a little more energized, a little less stressed.
The puckering has subsided somewhat.
Thanks for taking it there. I appreciate that, Tony. Let's just leave it to you.
I'll take
leave
it
to you. Thanks.
It's been there for a week, so I'll let you know when it goes away.
Kat, you feeling good?
Yes.
Good. That's some good banter there. Let's
That
move
was
on.
good. That was really, like I told you,
Fucking
it's still,
quality
it's
banter.
still there a
Jesus
little bit.
Christ.
It's still not all the way relaxed yet.
We can all go on, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's ever going to end.
It's just a song that never ends. Goes on and on, my friends.
It's like an abusive boyfriend. Need a restraining order.
Started singing it 4 years ago, not knowing what it was.
All right.
Okay, all right. Captains, each week between episodes, we love to engage in conversations with you, our listeners, on places like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you aren't already following us on any of those, be sure to look us up. There we post things like community questions, special announcements, and more. Just search for Priority One Podcast on your favorite social media app, and you will find us. Or you can email us. Reach out to us at incoming@PriorityOnePodcast.com.
I think we all have that one theater friend, that one artist that's always inviting you places to watch their shows and buy tickets to their thing. And now especially do it virtually, right?
Sure. I know some of those people.
Yes. And here's the thing is that I'm that person.
Oh,
I am. I'm that friend and I'm okay with it.
We're okay with it too. Just
thank you. Thank you.
It's all good, man.
The reason I bring it up is because this podcast is produced much like a community theater production. We are a group of volunteers who are passionate about audio editing, audio engineering, about Star Trek. Now, hold on. We are a group of passionate volunteers who dedicate our time and talents to producing this show. Why? Because we love Star Trek and we love the fact that we have this little podcast corner of the universe. So captains, if you find value in this production, we encourage you to check out our Patreon page, a way where you can offer a financial contribution each month from as little as $1 to whatever amount you might want. But don't worry, we do offer special perks. So check us out over at patreon.com/priority1. And I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna try and wing that, but I lost my train of thought. So.
Actually,
copy helps.
Kat, why don't you say? Actually, I do have to. I don't know. I forgot that we have. And speaking of new members to the Patreon family, a big shout out to Anne Marie for joining this week, along with. There was another person that we had last week that we didn't say in the intro. Sorry,
Roger?
editors.
Is it Roger? Ooh, that sounds familiar.
Because we announced him at the end, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought we announced
him.
Yeah. And we usually do it in the intro, and I don't wanna.
Standards.
Oh, Howard Robeson.
It was
Roger.
Howard.
That's what we have, unless.
No, it was Frank. It was okay. Yeah, Roger, Frank. Okay.
So many patrons, we lose track. Thank you all. That's the point. That's the takeaway here. Thank you all.
Yes. Okay, I got it. All right. Speaking of patrons, a big shout out and thanks to Anne Marie, Frank, and Roger, who have all joined. Actually, I gotta go. Maybe I'll go back to John too. Speaking of patrons, a big shout out to new members of our. Speaking of patrons, a big shout out to new members of the family. Anne Marie, Frank, Roger, and John all joined our Patreon family within the last month. So thank you so very much for thank you so very much for joining. So thank you so very much for your ongoing support of Priority One. This is what happens when I take a power nap before the show, man. This is what happens when I take a damn power nap before the show.
Gears aren't meshing.
All right.
All right. Ready then?
Yep. Oh, thanks. Shane? I think that's Shane, right? Tuchulane?
Cucullin.
Cucullin is Shane, right? Thanks, Shane.
Oh, that's an Irish.
Aw, that's nice.
Sorry.
But if financial support isn't in the cards, don't forget about sharing our show to all your friends. Hit that like, retweet, and/or share button when you come across one of our posts, or perhaps you'd like to join the team.
We're looking for new.
Do me a favor. Instead of the live stream technician, focus on the audio editors because we're down an audio editor.
All right. We're looking for new volunteers to join the production. Specifically, we'd love to take on a new audio editor for when some members of the team can't help out. Everybody gets busy, and we want to have a large enough team that we can cover for people when they need to take time off for personal reasons or if things are puckered, as they sometimes are.
No,
come on.
Reassign that. No, you made the one. I'm gonna allow the one pucker joke on the show.
I can't get
one.
All right,
pucker joke this show.
All right,
so you're gonna make it your thing, weren't you?
I was gonna try. Like he tried Dirk Nuggets.
No,
I was gonna try, but he's not letting me do pucker.
No.
Oh well. I gave it the old college attempt there. All right. Specifically, we're looking for audio editors right now to help us cover when people are out sick or if they need to take some personal time. We're all volunteers and we all have, unfortunately, other lives outside Star Trek and podcasting. So if you can help out, visit PriorityOnePodcast.com for more information, or you can email us. Once again, that address is incoming@PriorityOnePodcast.com.
Now let's check out the latest news from the Star Trek multiverse.
9:27.
So I put in there 6 minutes, thinking optimistically. Like, that was my guess. I thought we'd end at 6 minutes.
You
we
were
did not.
3 minutes over.
We did not end at that.
You did not.
No.
All right. Okay, so Trek It Out is starting at 9:50. Trek It Out in 3, 2. This week, Viacom CBS presented their quarter 3 earnings call to the media. Exciting, right? Numbers. The call might not have sparked The call might not have sparked as intense a debate as new chairs on the Cerritos, but there was enough information shared to get us excited. It's earnings call time. According to an article by The Verge outlining the November 6th call, Viacom CBS's plan to streamline its streaming platforms with a focus on Paramount Plus and Pluto TV continue to push its original content and license some of its many properties to the competition. We talked about this plan a bit in episode 472 of Priority One, so check that out if you might need a refresher. Here's the long and short of it. Viacom CBS believes they have enough content to draw in subscribers, retain them, and can still viably license out the rest. The Star Trek franchise was referred to several times throughout the call. Most notably, Viacom CBS president and CEO Bob Bakish had praise for the franchise, saying, quote, Star Trek is arguably the original proof of concept for CBS All Access. There are now multiple variances of it on All Access. It works for us, end quote. We'll link a transcript to the call and the Verge article in our show notes, so be sure to check them out.
I like this article because it says we were right.
I know.
So they agree with us, right? Yeah.
Well, what was it that we were right about? What are you saying?
Oh, that they were using Star Trek as their anchor.
Yeah, they're pulling people in with Star Trek and keeping them in with their backlog of all the other series, right? But they need new Star Trek, and they need it constantly in order to keep new subscribers coming to the service. And then they hope to retain you with reruns of all the other shows that they've got in the catalog. And the interesting part here is that I wonder if, and we'll know if Netflix cuts off all of its Star Trek, if that Star Trek library is part of that catalog that they're going to license, or if that's something that they're going to try to keep at home at CBS so that you could only get it there. I would suspect that we're going to see a significant narrowing of the availability of Star Trek on other services aside from CBS All Access.
Yeah, especially with the Paramount Plus, because, I mean, I know the movies are available now, but
yeah,
they're definitely going to keep them in one location, just like Disney Plus with all of its bits.
Right. The difference, though, is that Disney Plus, for all of its Disney content, it doesn't have, I don't think, maybe the depth, right? I mean, it doesn't have. Maybe they're still trying to figure out how to add all of their old ABC properties on there, but throughout the years, CBS has a vast library of old shows, and I think of people like my mom, who loves to watch Me TV and Grit. Right? She loves the old cowboy movies and the old sitcoms and stuff like that, and if if broadcast TV starts to, if they start charging more to license that and less to license online streaming stuff, I wonder if that starts to go away, if those channels start to go away, and those libraries go to online access services like this.
So remember that Viacom CBS, I mean, according to the Verge article, has a film library of 4,000 titles and over 140,000 episodes. You know what? Yeah, sure, that might be fun for back catalog kind of things, but what drives Netflix, in my opinion, and HBO Max and Disney is the new content, what?
All the experts agree with you.
All the new things that are being released on these platforms that are arguably good television, and for the most part, right? So I think that they need to really focus on delivering new content on this platform and not worry about the back catalog. The back catalog, I really don't think is going to draw in as much. And Star Trek is only going to take it so far. Its shoulders are only so broad.
Not according to them.
I suppose not. And here's the other thing too, is that from a technological point of view, from a user interface point of view, they're lagging behind so badly. I mean, Amazon Prime has already introduced a watch party on theirs. Netflix doesn't have one baked in, but you can use the Chrome extension Netflix Party, which changed names to something new. I'll have to look it up later. But these platforms are understanding that right now people are staying at home. People are watching more and more things, and ideally watching them together in some way, shape, or form. So I think Paramount Plus has a lot of catching up to do. We gotta be careful, Tony, because you have the next thing. So make sure you don't try to get the last word.
Don't get the last word, Tony.
Well, no,
people do have to say that to me. It's true. Just before we went live, I had to quickly write one more email to this guy that I'm arguing with about work stuff. I had to get one more in before I started the podcast. I had to get one more in. So it's legit. That's a legit criticism of me.
Kat, do you have anything that do you want the last word in any way?
I was trying to think of something else to add, but we covered okay. We got it. Sorry, editors.
I should go now.
You should go to the next headline.
Okay, go to the next one now. Okay. Hey, you. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Stop right there. If you haven't seen Star Trek Discovery Season 3, Episode 4, Forget Me Not, skip this story. You'll get your Trek nuggets covered in sauce. Okay, now, look. If you're not going to let me do Puckered, we're going to need to talk to Jake about the Trek.
I let you get one Puckered. That's it.
He gets at least one Trek nuggets every week. Sometimes.
All right, so you got at least one Pucker this week. That's it. Let it go.
All right, fine.
Release.
All right. We need to insert the spoiler alert here, please. Thank you. Okay, for everybody still here, this week's episode of Star Trek Discovery included... Oh. All right, for those still here, this week's episode of Star Trek Discovery introduced us to Ian Alexander's Gray character. We'll certainly be talking more about Adira and Gray in this week's on-screen, but in the context of this story, it's important to note that Gray's appearance... Okay, just a damn minute here. Both of my co-hosts have just wandered away from the microphone. It's important for me to note this, even though... because
I'm right here.
Show.
I'm right here.
You're not on screen. You're gone.
I know I'm not on screen
You're
because
gone.
I'm on a secondary laptop to manage the stream, Tony.
And you wanted me to not ask for a live technician during the thing. You wanted me to do an audio editor instead, and you're
just trust me where I'm going.
Okay, all right.
Tell me how to produce this show.
But in the context of this story, it's important to note that Gray's appearance was Star Trek's first unquestionable inclusion of a trans character. In honor of the historic event, Alex Kurtzman, Michelle Paradise, Ian Alexander, and Adira actor Blue Del Barrio spoke with Variety about LGBTQ representation in Star Trek. Discovery showrunner Michelle Paradise talked about the discussion to introduce a non-binary and trans... No. Discovery showrunner Michelle Paradise talked about the discussion to introduce non-binary and trans characters to the series, stating, quote, "We really wanted to look around and see what sorts of new stories we could tell. Star Trek has always represented a myriad of voices. Who are the voices that we are not hearing from? Which are the characters that we are not seeing? Right now, what's an important voice that we want to hear? Right now, what's an important voice? Right now, what's an important voice that we want to hear through these characters?" End quote. We discussed Blue Del Barrio's introduction last week, so don't want to rehash that, but Del Barrio did reiterate their comfort on set during the interview. Ian Alexander echoed those feelings, recounting a story in which the Discovery team had a binder ready for his use before a request was made. Though Alexander notes that, quote, "Any trans storyline should have a trans writer," end quote, he was comfortable with the way his story unfolded in Season 4. Quote, "I haven't had any concerns about the Gray character yet because it's just been such a collaborative process from the very beginning. I really do trust Michelle that she's putting in the work of being a good trans ally and checking in with me, and also making sure to always include Gray in the storyline in a way that's not alienating or othering them. They want to have a trans character existing in this universe and do not have to... They want to have a trans character existing in this universe and to not have to struggle or to suffer. They're simply existing," end quote.
Yeah, I think we'll dig into that relationship later in on screen, or rather the introduction to the relationship. I think that it's important that any new content that is created, whether it's science fiction or dramedy or comedy, whatever, maintains a vision of inclusivity that is not just shoehorned, that is focused, that is true to the nature of what is it to be in a human relationship, and not forced, just to throw it in there, right? But we'll save it for on screen with respect to the introductions of their characters. What were you laughing at?
Because I'm laughing at the community question.
Yeah. Oh. We're not.
Do you want me to read that? Or
no, we're not asking.
Someone else
That is not a real community question. We can
are you saying that's a joke someone was playing on me?
That was a joke somebody was playing on you, yes.
Because
for those of you at home, the community question read, "Are you getting as tired of Tony using the term Trek Nuggets as we are? How can we get him to stop?"
The LOL was from me.
And the LOL was there.
Hello,
Eric Cody. We got a nice lively chat going on tonight. Big shout out to Tracy Lee Coco saying hello as always.
Tracy.
We got Gray, we got Jamal, we got Argentina. ¿Qué pasa, mis amigos? En Argentina. I'll tell you what about inclusivity, actually. I'm really starting to wonder where's the Latino representation in Star Trek.
You've got your Rios.
Without killing.
Picard's coming back for Season 2.
Yeah, I guess. All right, you're right. I'll stop there.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Okay. Do we have a community question or no?
We do not.
We do not, unless we want to ask the Trek Nuggets one. It's a good question.
No.
I think it's legit.
I bet you people will reply to that, even
You should
if
rephrase
it's
it to
not
say,
official.
do you get a little bit of a pucker when Tony says Trek
Stop it.
Nuggets?
Stop it. Hello, Mad Gilder. Always game to watch more Star Trek biz on Twitch. Ooh, speaking of Twitch, I can't wait to tell you guys a story. All right.
Okay. If you aren't sick of politics by now, you may have the patience of a saint, or maybe a Vulcan. But if you are fed up with the back and forth of the two opposing sides, rip yourself away from them and talk Star Trek with us and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. That rambling madness is a lead-in to a Twitter exchange that happened this week. New York Congressional Representative, AOC, is no stranger to Twitch. The newly re-elected Ocasio-Cortez or AOC. Damn it, I just screwed up that whole segment.
No, you fixed it, and then leave. Yeah, here. Let's do.
I'm like, let's fix it.
Yeah, if you do this, that makes it better.
I made the mistake of reading the.
No, you did fine.
They're funny. Okay. That rambling madness is a lead-in to a Twitter exchange that happened this week. New York congressional representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is no stranger to Twitch. The newly re-elected Ocasio-Cortez made her debut on the streaming platform to mobilize young voters. Playing the popular Among Us, AOC hit an amazing 435,000 viewers, putting her in the top 20 streams on Twitch ever.
Top 20. Did you say top 20?
I thought so, but I'll say it again. Putting her in the top 20 Twitch streams ever. On November 4th, Ocasio-Cortez received a request to stream again, to which she suggested she would before asking for requests. And there's a link. We'll probably post that. The U.S. representative received a response from the Star Trek. Oh, wait a minute. The U.S. representative received a response from Star Trek community member Trekonomics. The U.S. representative received a response from Star Trek community member Trekonomics saying, quote, "We need to talk about juxtix."
Juxtix for Tunix.
Hold on.
He doesn't get regular justice. He gets Justix.
Quote, "We need to talk about justice for Tuvix. I understand it's a very niche issue, but it matters insofar as it raises the delicate and, dare I say, eminently political question of whether ends justify means," end quote. To which AOC replied, quote, "This one is deep. Would definitely have to rewatch it, but this is solid," end quote. Cool, right? But wait, there's more. The captain herself, Kate Mulgrew, had a few things to say about the matter. Quote, "Willing to hear the crew's thoughts as always. However, shouldn't Tuvok and Neelix should have
I think if we do this,
it's written that way.
Yeah,
she had a.
I did that, and I think that fixes it.
Okay. However, shouldn't Tuvok and Neelix have the biggest say? Oh, wait, they couldn't. I stand by my decision to restore them.
Can you take it from the top of that tweet just to help the editors?
Quote, "Willing to hear the crew's thoughts as always. However, shouldn't Tuvok and Neelix have the biggest say? Oh, wait, they couldn't. I stand by my decision to restore them to their lives. Rewatch and report back, AOC, and congrats on your win," end quote. One of the men she saved, or the actor who played him, Tim Russ, also joined the show saying, quote, "Thank you, Kate. I appreciate that. And thank you for the positive message, AOC. Live long and prosper," end quote. "We will let you know if U.S. Representative..." The three
Just say
names,
she.
man.
Just say she. Just say she.
We will let...
No. I changed my name back to Elio because the Spanish Latin name might be a little hard.
We said it like 50 times, though. We will let you know if U.S. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez goes to Twitch to talk Star Trek. In the meantime, check out our show notes. Check out our show notes for the links to the tweets.
You realize, of course, that you used to have to be killed as a president in office before you got a 3-letter nickname. You realize that used to be the standard. She got promoted early, man. Okay.
It did.
So, I mean, I think it's probably some sort of compliment that you didn't have to, do that.
I think that a lot of it, there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, congratulations to AOC for the amazing success of her Twitch stream. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is the future of politics in the United States. Hopefully she'll maintain her status. But more importantly is that a lot of these new and up and coming freshmen, now sophomores in Congress, love to talk about Star Trek. I mean, Stacey Abrams just had an interview where she talked about, that philosophy of Trek and how it had impacted her life. I believe it was with Nerdist that she did that interview. So, you can't you can't separate Star Trek from its function as a morality play. You cannot. You just cannot. Look, I'm doing my very best to not say, this isn't Star Trek, and man, this isn't the regular Star Trek formula with all the new Star Trek series, which is a habit that's hard to break. But where I will not yield is that at its core, Star Trek is a morality play that addresses politics, addresses socioeconomic status and conditions, and covers all of these things. If you try to separate that from Star Trek, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
You're not writing good science fiction.
No, you're not.
And if the answers are too easy, you're also not writing good science fiction. The reason you can still talk about Tuvix 20 years later is because it is Kobayashi Maru, my friends. There's no good answer. And the reason that the show wound up the way it did is because Tim Russ and Ethan Phillips were under contract. Because if that actor was super popular or like was a big name, they would have fired those two guys and kept him on, because that would have been better for the TV show.
Well, a lot of people did like Tuvix. I mean, it was a fantastic episode. Fantastic.
Sure they do, because it's an unanswerable question and there's no good way to resolve it. But that it's also a good point to remember. Star Trek is first and foremost a TV show. It's got to entertain first, and it's got no traction as a morality play unless people are cheeks and seats. So it has to do both. It has to do the morality play stuff. You're right, but it's got to entertain too.
Mm-hmm. Kat, do you mind reading the community question, please?
I do not. Is it our first one then? Official?
Yeah, the other one should have been our first one.
Non-official. That leads us to our first community question this week. Was Janeway justified in splitting Tuvix to save Tuvok and Neelix? Did she murder Tuvix? Let us know in the comments section Let us know in the comments section for this episode at PriorityOnePodcast.com, or by replying to our community question post on our social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Finally, this week, we'd like to congratulate our friend, Rod Roddenberry, on his 2020 Special Merit Contribution to Science Award from the Young Artists Academy. The Young Artists Academy is Hollywood's longest-running youth award show since 1978. Social activist and Star Trek legend George Takei will present the award to Rod Roddenberry, son of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry and Major Barrett Roddenberry. Fellow Star Trek alum Sir Patrick Stewart will also be honored. He will be presented the Lifetime Achievement Award by friend and colleague Jonathan Frakes. From the Young Artists Academy press release, quote, the 41st Young Artist Academy Awards will be a first ever digital show, streaming on YouTube, premiering Saturday, November 21st at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, and available on Viva Live TV. Join us in sending sincere. Okay. For links to how to purchase tickets and watch the event, links, of course, will be in the show notes. But join us in sending a sincere congratulations to both Sir Patrick Stewart and our very own captain of the Roddenberry Podcast Network, Rod Roddenberry, on their well-deserved accolades.
Congrats. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize there was a Young Artist Academy. I don't know. Popularity contest in Hollywood.
Sounds like a good award.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that might have been loud for everybody on the live stream. Sorry.
We just thought you were very excited. I think I should make some good radio now. Okay. All right.
I'm like, are we bantering? What's happening?
No, sweep us up.
Oh. Well, Captains, that's all the news we have to check out this week. Now let's find out what happened in the world of Star Trek gaming.
3242. All right. Cool. Anybody need a break or a moment to
I know. I already did that when Tony was talking the last time.
Right. When I was all alone. When you two both abandoned
Well, I
me.
was like, you have a bunch of stuff to say. I bet
My
you
own
already
devices.
heard
I'm literally doing this. I'm chassaying over just a moment so that I can work on the laptop to live stream.
I'm
Then
like
I
a
chassay
3-year-old.
back over this way.
I'm like a 3-year-old. I have no object permanence. If you're not on the screen, I assume you're not there.
I'm just not there.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about Twitch, and I'm working on a project that I'm gonna tease. I'm gonna tease right now, a live stream project that I'm gonna be doing. I'm really excited about it.
You've already teased that on Twitter, I think, haven't you?
No, I didn't share it. I never shared it on Twitter.
Oh.
I shared it with everybody in
We're getting the live stream people are getting in on the big secret.
Yeah. So here's the thing is like I want to wait for the jacket that I ordered, but it's coming from overseas, and so it's going to be a while. It's going to probably be like the end of the month. So I kind of want to hop on it now. Maybe I'll do like a test stream tomorrow. You know what? Tomorrow I'm going to do it tomorrow at about 6:00 or so, or maybe 8:00 or something like that. I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live on Twitch. So you want to follow? Oh wait, is there anything in the Armada happening tomorrow night?
No, it's Wednesday.
All right. So tomorrow, So tomorrow night, I'm going to go live. Well, I should say, my alter ego will be going live tomorrow night. My Klingon friends and warriors, we will play Star Trek together. The entire Klingon arc, not in one session, of course, but we will be doing a playthrough over the course of several weeks.
Put on the thing.
Oh, I put it on already. Everybody saw it.
I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, you put the picture up. Okay.
I did put the picture up.
You look like Jason Alexander a little bit. In that.
When you do that, we need to put the shot up, and that'll be the community question next week. Who does Elio look like when he puts on a Klingon forehead?
It's stuck.
No, we will get a lot of good answers. I bet a lot of people. I bet that would be it. That'll get some play. That's a good community question.
So that is Melknezer.
Oh yeah, because that's Dave Rutley was just asking.
Yep. That is Melknezer.
Old school listeners will remember.
Old school listeners will remember Melknezer. That was one of the little alter egos that we used to have running around the show. Man, I remember I used to put paper towels in my upper lip so I can sound a little more Klingon. Like wet paper towels, I used to stuff up my upper lip.
So it deform your mouth like the people who had to wear the denture.
A little bit, yeah. But I will not be doing that for the live stream. So the plan is tomorrow. I'm gonna, I think tomorrow. I think tomorrow's probably safe.
And watch your pipes too, man. That's hard. That's Klingon stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I probably won't be growling that much already. So, So tomorrow around 8, I'm gonna go live as Melknezer, and I'm gonna do I'm gonna start the Klingon arc.
Yay!
Big shout out to John Paladin. I got the appliance and the prosthetic makeup from John Paladin. Purchased it from him, sent it, wig and everything, and I'm excited. It wasn't the longest part was applying the makeup. That took the longest because it was applying the makeup to the appliance, to the prosthesis, the prosthetic. And then putting it on was pretty straightforward. I don't plan to, I'm only going to be sitting down and playing, so I can't imagine that I'm going to need that much like glue on my forehead.
Depends on how long you play, because you might get hot and sweaty.
Nah, but I'll still be sitting down, and the air conditioner will be blowing, and I'm not going to be. Okay. It's funny because I took that picture moments, but I was wearing that headpiece moments before Biden gave his acceptance speech on Saturday night. I almost watched Biden's acceptance speech in the Klingon forehead. So yeah,
comply, everyone.
So comply, everyone. Look forward to that tomorrow. Keep your eye if you're not already subscribed on Twitch, you should be. Yeah.
Nice.
No,
it's exciting.
No, Jamal. Pants will not be happening. Probably not. Pants might not be happening now.
He disappears from the screen very often. You don't know what he's doing when he disappears from the screen.
You are in an odd mood tonight, Tony.
I'm feeling ornery. I told you, work butted right up against the beginning of this, and I was on fire a little bit earlier. So I'm still kind of coming down.
All right.
It's hard to get out of the zone.
Yeah, you really got to. Once you're in there, you're just
Yeah.
All right,
Smell
ready for
blood.
gaming?
Okay.
Okay. Gaming at what? 38 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gaming in 3, 2, life, time. The less success. Hold on. I actually need to make sure I'm in the right key. Life forms, TNG, first contact.
I don't have a harmonica. Actually, I do have a harmonica here somewhere, but I don't know how to play it.
I'm almost good. Oh, I almost got it.
Oh, yeah.
Love. Scanning for life forms.
There you go.
Life forms. Okay. Dun, dun. Life forms. All right. All right. Lifetime. The less expensive lifetime. 200 for a lifetime. Yes, it's true. Boop, 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 boop. Just imagine how beautiful that'll sound on Friday. The year 2020 is mercifully drawing to a close, which inevitably means one thing. The holidays have started. And that, in turn, inevitably brings two things: family gatherings and holiday sales. But if the former fills you with dread, PC Captains, Cryptic has your back with the latter. From now through December 10th, lifetime subscriptions for Star Trek Online are on sale for $199.99. A significant 33% discount. A holdover from the pre-free-to-play era, purchasing a lifetime subscription unlocks over a dozen enhancements and services for the game. Some appeal to very specific parts of the player base, like the playable Talaxian and liberated Borg character races. However, automatically refining 8,000 dilithium per day on all characters and 500 free Zen per month are benefits everyone can get behind.
Nice. I love
have
a
a lifetime.
sale. I have a lifetime.
Elio
Yeah,
has a lifetime.
Yeah, we all have lifetimes. Some of us got them differently.
Tell the story.
No,
Tell
everybody's heard the story. So nothing. It was when Star Trek Online first came out, they had a contest where you could submit for a free lifetime subscription. That was like the grand prize, and the rules didn't specify how many write-ins you could submit.
They did not.
And each write-in was an entry.
And
Silly Cryptic. So I mailed about 100 postcards, handwritten.
You did.
With my name, that was in the
handwritten.
That was in the
rules
terms and rules for the contest, is that it couldn't be like, you couldn't just scan and print out a bunch of postcards. You had to write each one. So I wrote about 100 of them, and that's how I got my lifetime 10 years ago.
I'm envisioning like Laszlo in Real Genius with the machine with the pencils.
No, that would have been smart.
But you have to tell the end of the story, because it's the best part.
So are you talking about how they gave out the cards?
Yes.
Yeah. So then Cryptic Studios, because I was infamous, this was even before I was podcasting, mind you, I was already infamous at Cryptic Studios, because they would do like an employee of the month kind of thing. And it was a Spock in every developer would get a Spock in a box that they could display proudly.
It was a traveling Spock in the box.
Yes, a traveling Spock in the box.
In your cube. That was yours.
And then they would get an Elio card. So they would earn an Elio card. And I remember the first time I met any of the devs at Cryptic, it was at New York Comic-Con in they were there really promoting Champions. So this must have been 2010, 2011. Craig Zinkovich was still CEO, and a lot of people that I don't think are even there anymore. But I have pictures with Craig Zinkovich and some of the other developers, and he was like, "You're Elio? Have I got a story to tell you?" And that's that story. So, anyway, let's talk about the lifetime subscription. Is it worth it?
Yes, and you don't even have to write 100 postcards. And if you're going to play for about 2 years, if you figure you're going to play for 2 years, it's worth it, because you get $5 of that back every month.
Yeah.
So if you think that this game can hold your attention for 2 years, and there's plenty of content to do so, you will have a hard time playing through all this stuff in 2 years. Then yeah, it's still worth it. So if you're relatively new to the game, but you think you like it, treat yourself.
Yeah, I think there's levels, depending on what type of player you are, whether this would appeal to you. But if you do think you would stick around, if you're a huge Trek fan, if you think you would log in fairly regularly, I would highly recommend getting a lifetime subscription.
The refining thing's nice too.
Oh,
you don't have to
man.
worry about it. You just earn
Absolutely.
a pile of dilithium in a couple of weeks, or do a bunch of Admiralty stuff, and then you just.
I know.
don't worry
I think
about
I got my lifetime subscription maybe like 2 weeks after I started playing because I'm like, oh, I want all of that other stuff. What do you mean there's a place you can go only if you have lifetime? I mean, not that it's that great, but still it's kind of cool.
The Zen bonus every month is a nice little pleasant surprise. Like, yeah, yeah, sure, it's only $5, but for instance, I hadn't played for 5 months when we weren't covering Stowe.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, when I logged in, I had a nice chunk of Zen there, so it's definitely worth it to get the lifetime, especially when it's on sale. So if you are excited for the holidays, or you have somebody that buys you things for the holidays, this might be an option, or an Eagle Moss ship. And don't forget, you save 10% by using code priority10 at checkout.
Porque no los dos.
Exactly.
There you go. But you get the free. There's a free ship that comes with it. You get like the veteran title. There's a whole bunch of in-game rewards. Some of them are holdovers when it was a free-to-play game. So it's not quite. Some of the stuff is not quite as cool as it used to be when there was 100-day and 200-day and 300-day subscription length. That's where those different tiers came in. But when it comes to you as a lump, as a lifetime, it's kind of a nice package. It's better in my view. It's better than buying one of the legendary ship packs, because of just the variety of stuff you get from the lifetime thing. And yeah, we're talking up a cryptic sale here, but this is coming from somebody who had a lifetime subscription 8 years ago, maybe. Never regretted it once. So it seems like I'm shilling for it a bit, but it's a good deal if you play the game.
I mean, it's a great deal when it's on sale too, and 33% off is fantastic. And the point was, you will make your money back if you are playing the game for at least 2 years. That's the time frame.
Yep.
Sue, do it.
Tony, why don't you read this and just pick? I don't know. Let's each pick one. But I like 36 inventory slots.
I want to talk about the bridge officers.
Okay. So, bridge officers.
Yes.
All right. And
I have lots to say about this. I mean, not lots. I got stuff to say.
And Tony, you pick one.
I'll go with this one.
All right. So, Tony, can you read it? And then...
Oh wait, no, I won't. That's not.
Nah, pick the.
That's what I don't know. Oh, I know. A million energy credits is my very favorite. No, what? Sorry, but
I like the specializations and tech upgrades, but that's just me.
Let's read the list. You guys sell me which. You know what? You guys
no. Escoge uno y léelo. Look right here. Five enhanced universal tech upgrades. Woohoo! I just don't want to read the whole list. We'll pick one or two and then. All right, go ahead, Tony. Please read.
No, you know what? Yeah, no. You're wrong. That's the one I'm going to talk about.
All right.
You're wrong. I just want to say you're wrong. Okay. Discovery Season 3 is bringing the Crossfield class crew to the strange new worlds of future year 3188, but being stuck in the less future-y year of 2411 doesn't mean you have to miss out on all the action. Captains will also be able to launch their Discovery-era characters far into the future with the legendary Discovery Captain Bundle. This bundle is available on PC November 12th, that's the day we're recording this, and sometime before 2021 on console. Like this summer's legendary Romulan Captain Bundle, this bundle lets you advance one Discovery faction character to level 65. In fact, other than your hologram buffs representing Discovery show characters, this new bundle's boost content is identical to the last. The list is long, but here's just a couple of our highlights and favorites.
Go ahead, just you read them, and then if like Kat wants to talk about the bridge officers, we can talk about.
Okay, you want me to read the list?
No, not the list. Read the
three we did.
But here are some. Yeah.
Okay. 36 inventory slots, 2 starships, 2 starship slots, and 6 commander rank, very rare Discovery photonic bridge officers with all basic abilities trained, and very rare Mark 14 ground sets. As a oh, sorry, there's still more. But wait, there's more. As a legendary bundle, it also includes the new legendary Walker light battlecruiser for all Federation-aligned characters on your account. We'll get to it in just a minute, but great discoveries come with great costs, and this one's no exception. The Legendary Discovery Captain Bundle will hit you with... The Legendary Discovery Captain Bundle will set you back an eye-watering 12,000 Zen or 6,000 Zen at release. It's a major investment for one toon, ship notwithstanding, so you'd better plan to get a lot of mileage out of them. Priority One Podcast asked our social media followers what they thought about the bundle, and they had opinions.
I'll read though.
I'm shocked.
Maybe we can go back and forth.
Yeah, let's rotate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Edders wrote, "I'll think about it when they give us the level 65 token separately." Kat, how about you read, Joshua?
Joshua Selig writes, I will try to be civil, but seriously, do the devs not realize that we are in a pandemic, that the world economy, that the world economy has in effect tanked, and a lot of people can barely hold it together mentally or fearful for their jobs, and then they charge this? Are they on a different planet?
At Zeus Legion says, I'd buy the more expensive ships if they included a LaForge modular engineering systems mechanic that let me live out the dream of getting some 96% engine efficiency by mixing, matching, and tweaking 9 to 12 components on a slotted grid. Probably back to you, Elio.
Sorry. Somebody else read it for a moment. Never mind. I got it. Joey? Is it Joey? Joey McCaster?
Joy?
Yeah. Joey McCaster on Facebook. Hate it. Would buy this ship at normal C-store price or even for $5 extra because of the account skill. But the bundle is just way too overpriced. I don't see a single thing in it that gives that kind of value. If you have bought any of the prior packs that had anything related to the Walker class, you already have the skins. Or the Tier 4 ship, which really cheapens their value and purpose of buying them. So there's quite a bit to unpack here, right? They're starting to release these bundles, these ships, as what I think is a response to the community blowback from the massive legendary bundle, right? So now they're doing these little ship packs that have all these other things. So it's starting at 6,000 Zen. So what is that? $60? Is that?
Yes.
That's about $60 for a ship that also includes quite a long list of other things: energy credits, expertise. You mentioned the inventory slots, the 2 ship slots, all these things. Why? And the bridge officers, right? And Kat, you said you wanted to talk about the bridge officers, but why is $60 still too expensive for these ships and then all these other?
Well, because it's not $60. That's the sale price. It's $120 if you don't get it like when it's first released. And so $60 is the deal. And the issue is you pay $60. Yes, you get one ship and you get all the other stuff, but you only get that stuff on the one character. Those bridge officers, some people already have the Lorca and Landry from the convention code, but even if you didn't, this is a good chance to get them, but on one character, which is really annoying. I want Burnham. I want Tilly. Really bad, but $60 worth, and on one character, I would have to make a new character. And for some people, that's not a big deal, but when you have a lot of characters, I mean, I already have Lorca and Landry on all the Discovery characters that I already have, so if they made that bridge officers like an account unlock, I might be more inclined to buy this. But even still, 12,000 Zen, that is insane for one ship. That's insane.
This is a pricing strategy that I think is kind of the new hotness, not just Star Trek Online, but a lot of other places, is that you set a price floor and a price expectation stratospheric, like ridiculous high.
Let's
Like
market.
there you go. That was my exhibit B, right? This is
Yes.
exhibit A, right? But the Muds Market is my exhibit B, because so you set that price level stratospheric, so people go, I wish I could have that, but there is no way, Cryptic, there is no way you're going to cheat me out of whatever dollar figure that they put in the ridiculous price. But what they do is they create a little bit like I would do it, but only thing going on in your head. And then later on, they run a sale on it, and you go, now hold on. Back when this first came out, I was angry. I had an emotional response that I remember. And what I remember from that emotional response was it was too much money. They were cheating me. Well, now they're not cheating me anymore. Now I have a good feeling, and now I might actually buy it at that lower price. And I think it's psychology, but it's widespread. It's not just Cryptic that's doing this, it's everybody. So this is a pricing strategy you're going to see going forward. If you jump on it at the time, you'll grab it and get a, quote, good deal. If you don't, you got to wait for it to go on sale again sometime later on down the road. And it's just part of the brain training that these game companies are doing to exploit that, your monkey chemistry that goes on in your head for rewards. It's like pushing a button and getting a banana, right? It's the same thing. It's all the same thing.
Hot banana.
Speaking of which, I like the Starship slots. I run out of Starship slots.
I do too. You always need inventory. You always need bank slots. But again, it's one character that you just made, that gets all this stuff. And it's not an account thing. It's character specific. So this is all a brand new character. And I thought they were trying to encourage people to play the game. You're going to get an immediate advance to level 65 plus the equipment and all that stuff, which is nice, if you were making a new character. But, I want Tilly. I just want Tilly.
I'll take this next one since you guys led that conversation. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, captains, let's rein in the hyperventilating by taking a closer look at the new Legendary Walker light battlecruiser. We'll cut straight to the important question here and ask, how does this thing compare with the Tier 6 Walker that we've already got? The biggest difference that we think players will care about are the changes to the bridge officer stations. Rather than the Tier 6 Walker's Ensign Engineering Intel Station, the Legendary Walker sports a nice Commander Engineering Command Station. So that rank 3 concentrate firepower ability is tempting. It also drops a science station to Lieutenant, while raising an Ensign Engineering Station to Lieutenant. Okay. The Legendary ship's console layout bumps up tactical and science slots while dropping 2 engineering slots. Like all Legendary ships, the Walker comes with the Universal Console from its Tier 6 predecessor. It also comes with the Cyclical Polarity Modulator and Antimatter Spread consoles. These consoles do not constitute a set, though, unlike many other Legendary ship consoles. In fact, the Antimatter Spread consoles is part of a completely different 3-piece set.
You might want to let Kat take over at that point.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Kat should take over from here and finish this bit up because of the next bit after this one.
Which I have to record off air.
Oh, okay.
I'm looping in some of my theater friends for this.
Oh,
okay.
We're gonna do 4-part harmony.
Oh,
all right.
This is my rubbing the hands together sound effect.
I really hope I have to get them drunk and.
When did you stop at the?
It's if you asked us strictly in terms of ship stats.
All right. If you ask us strictly in terms of ship stats, this isn't really a huge improvement over the T6 Walker. If you already love the Walker you've got, you probably don't need to rush for this. And if you want a solid battle cruiser, there are cheaper, high-quality options in this STI store like the Gagarin or the Arbiter. But there's one other wrinkle worth consideration here. The T6 Walker Light Exploration Cruiser is a Lobby ship, which is character-bound. This new Legendary Walker Light Battle Cruiser is an account-wide unlock for all your Federation-aligned characters. So if you want a Walker on 2, 3, or a handful of characters, then you're definitely in the market for the pack. The $60 on-sale price is significantly better value than the multiple Lobby ship unlocks.
Look, when it boils down to it, for $60, I think it's, if you've got it, then I don't know that there's going to be that much player remorse. There's enough added to the bundle that 60 seems okay to me, right? It's all right.
60 seems okay. And I know a couple of people will pay 60 just for Tilly. Just for Tilly. They want Tilly that bad, they'll pay it. But again, I really wish that was an account. I mean, it would make it way more palatable to even spend that 60, for an account unlock on those bridge officers.
So, captains, after 6 years, a system in Star Trek Online that players have come to utilize quite often has finally gotten an update. The loadout feature that allows you to save your ship buffs and item loadouts, like your weapons and consoles, now supports saving your traits as well. Hallelujah.
Yay!
Wait. Did you say hallelujah?
Hallelujah. Well, if we do this, I'm hoping I'm going to get to do this, and it'll be before that. So we have to record this.
No. Record it after. Do it like that. Right. Do it. Let's see it. Yes, hallelujah. And then I say, did you say hallelujah? And then
I said hallelujah.
There you go. That and then.
All right. Fair enough.
And then do the thing.
All right. So what do we think about this? This is all right. So audio editors, we may have to insert something here, or that's probably going to be me in post. So a 6-year-old Star Trek Online feature has finally got an update. The ability to save your ship traits, your personal traits, your ground traits. What do we think about this?
Yay! So happy.
Is this the thing they were talking about when the quality of life improvements makes a game playable for longer? Is that what they were talking about with this, I think?
I hope so. That sounds like it, because we've asked for this for a long time. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, I understand after multiple conversations with Al and other game developers over the years, your whiteboard is never truly empty, and there's always something that you'd like to get to, but it just keeps getting pushed off because something else winds up taking priority. This one has been kicked down the line for a long time, and it's good to see it finally got the resources.
Just this one? Look,
I'm trying. Sure the list is out there still, I'm sure.
I'm trying really hard not to be like cynical about this, but there are... Look, man, I took a long break from the game, a long break from the game, and logging in, I log in, and then when I do decide to log in recent weeks, I've found it difficult to stay in the game. After these tentpole events, after these featured episodes, and then the added patrols or the featured TFO, the other systems in the game are either too buggy to play, not intuitive, or just aren't attractive for a player like me. I still have issues that I join a team to do a TFO, and I have to switch chat tabs, say a spell just so that my messages get through to the rest of the team. It drives me bananas. So I'm curious where, I can't help but make the joke, where are my tax dollars going? where is the money going for Star Trek Online? Because if the budget is being blown on voiceover work and the animations for these tentpole events that happen once a quarter each, so 4 times a year, if that, maybe probably less.
So what I hear is you need a team button on your chat window. Is that what I'm hearing? You need a team button for the chat window.
We have a team button.
No, I have a team button. When I'm with the bug, that's not my point. The point is, now you derailed me. No, Tony,
That's
what's
kind
happening?
of the idea.
What's happening is that when I go into a team and I type into the team chat, my messages don't send. I have to burn sage and say a spell in order for my messages to finally get through to the rest of the team. Anyway, that's not the point. My question is, where do we think that the budget is really going, right? Where is the budget going? Because if it's these tentpole events, I kind of feel like they're few and far between, and there's very little that's keeping me in the game. Not even the daily endeavors are keeping me into the game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard to stay interested, but I mean, look at all the refreshes they've been doing on content with the new animations and, cutscenes and the new storyline that, albeit is getting released. It seems like a long time between episodes, but it's just hard to stay interested in an MMO that's been around for 10 years and you've played everything and done all the stuff.
I think the pricing of their stuff reflects that. I mean, it's just, the better take advantage of it while it's hot kind of a stuff. I think they're comfortable with the surge and recede login type things when we know that people are going to come back and check us out when we do these tentpole events, and we know they're also going to go play other things after those tentpole events expire. I think they're okay with that, and I think that's why they have those pricing surges.
Now, don't get me wrong. The temple events are fun. These featured episodes are gorgeous. Right. The voiceover work is fantastic. But can we balance it a little more? Can it be balanced more where like things like this, like after 6 years, this is updated?
Again, the reason they can keep doing these tentpole events is because that's where they're diverting the resources. These things that are going to be on the whiteboard forever are things like these quality of life improvements. And what I think the point that I'm trying to make is, we know that they're on there, and maybe they should get a little bit higher priority, because when they do, we might sing a song for you.
Right.
I mean, that might happen. So is the development priorities might keep the game fresher longer if some of those things that annoy people rose to the top a little bit. You might not get the surges. You might keep more people steady. And you might, even if you're okay with the surges and people logging off and receding and coming back, you might retain more of them for longer, and they might stick around and pay $120 for some of these things. Was it you
last week that compared? We were talking about Star Trek Online, and we compared it to like these new MMOs, these new mobile games.
Maybe because we talked about Fleet Command at some point.
Yeah, and now that I'm thinking about this, right, like something like the featured episodes and then these tentpole events, one of the things that drive things like Fleet Command, and I assume one of the things that drive Fleet Command are, look, we're gonna get a discovery ship in the game, and look, we're gonna get this item from the show that you're currently watching into the game, and I remember Al giving me a lot of crap when I compared the game to Flappy Bird that one time, but
that was hilarious.
But we're starting to get into the realm that I'm feeling like Stowe is behaving much like these Fleet Command things. It's what can we pull from the episodes and then sell so that we can, look. And
that's always been their thing.
But my problem is not that they're asking us to buy things. I want to be really clear here. My problem is not that they're asking for us to purchase things. It's necessary. And these tentpole events and featured episodes and these animations, the worlds that they build and storytelling are fantastic. I just wish they could balance the budget a little better and divert those dollars to help improve the quality of life of the game.
Well, Right, but
They just
So that
did.
it doesn't. So that
Yeah.
it doesn't become just Fleet Command. Come in, buy the thing, and upgrade your ship.
right, and the difference in the cadence, I think, is because the way people play has changed, and they're not just competing with World of Warcraft anymore. They're not competing with Star Wars: The Old Republic anymore. They are competing with Fleet Command. They are competing with Flappy Birds. I mean, people are spending more time on mobile away from their desktops and laptops, so they have to compete for those eyeballs and those cheeks and seats. And so you're gonna see releases that are more short-term focused, right? They're surge and recede. I think that's how they are planning to go for the future. Thomas wrote something here that I think we almost accidentally ran into through serendipity, but he make a point here in our show notes that it used to be a season was a string of episodes that was a story arc, right? It would be like a chapter or multiple chapters. But now we get one episode, maybe two. If you go back in the tab where the adventures are, there are some adventures that are 5, 6, 7, 8 missions long, but some of the newer ones, 3 or 4, and one of them is a patrol or something. So I think that cadence is dictated by the market. I think it's dictated by the habits of their players. It's dictated by the competition, which is not just MMOs anymore. So I think that this is how it is. And we started off by saying, good job, you have made something that was a slightly annoying, now not annoying anymore. And I think that the takeaway here is do more of that, and you'll keep people in the seat longer and away from Fleet Command, let's say. We'll just say Fleet Command. Because that's our example here.
I'm sorry, Thomas. I didn't read ahead to this whole segment, but Tony did a good job saving it.
We're not going to get to your copy, Thomas, but it merged nicely because that's where it was.
So that brings us to our next community question this week. Speaking of content release models and the shift of those releases in Star Trek Online. Okay, let me not try to spin the words. Well, Tony, that brings us to our very good community question, I think. Has that shift in content release models affected how you play Star Trek Online? How often you log into the game or how little you log into the game? Let us know in our comment section on our website at PriorityOnePodcast.com, or just keep an eye out on our social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram for our community question post, which normally happens on Wednesday.
Probably.
I think we're going to do Armada news.
Oh, but there's Armada news. We're not going to sweep.
Yeah. Oh, man, I need a refill. But I will do Armada news first.
Priorities.
This week in Armada news, as always, join us for TFO Thursday, where we team up with other Armada members to earn marks and dilithium. If you are a member of the Armada, you just check your fleet events tab, and that will tell you what time that happens in your local time zone. Though if you would like to join the Armada, just look us up online. It's PriorityOneArmada.com. But we also would like to send a very special thank you to everyone from Stonewall Fleet that joined us last week on the live stream. We had such a good time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We had like a mixer happy hour, and the guys came and hung out with us on the live stream, which was really cool. So thank you so much, Stonewall Fleet. So we have events all the time in the Armada, but we also have new fleets. We have introduced a Romulan Republic fleet for the Fed, and the Tal Shiar fleet if you're on KDF. We do these kind of fleets separately, we have specialty fleets. That's what we call these. So if you're interested in the specialty fleets within the Priority One Armada, like the Klingon High Council or the Ferengi Alliance, find out more on PriorityOneArmada.com. That's all the news we have.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, great. That's right. PriorityOneArmada.com, captains. Well, actually, Tony, you have to sweep.
Okay. Well, that's all the news from the other... Well, that's all the Star Trek gaming news we have this week. Now let's look on screen for the latest episode in the Star Trek multiverse.
1:12:30 is the time. All
I had
right.
to add another colon. We had so many colons in the timestamp now.
I need more water, man.
I know. Can I get a refill?
Yeah. All right. Tony, you're
Well,
on
you
your
guys
own.
go do that, and I'll
Tony, you're on
just
your own.
hang out here and stare awkwardly into the
pucker
camera.
up and pucker up, Tony.
Hello, internet out there. You know, I don't follow the Twitch comments because, quite frankly, I have the screen real estate for it, but I don't have the patience. So I'm going to sit here and talk at you people, and you guys should write comments according to what I say, and I will have no idea. And then when they come back, they can read the comments and try to figure out what I said based on what you say back. So let's do that. And I can talk about just anything. We can talk about. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I played the harmonica very briefly, just a second ago, trying to get Elio on key for something. So this harmonica I ordered on Amazon like a year and a half ago, probably a year and a half ago, and I thought, hey, this is something. I work at home, and I have been working at home for a long time, and I thought, the kids are at school, the wife is at work. I'm just, every once in a while, I'm just going to go online for a tutorial, and I'm just going to, play the harmonica, learn how to play the harmonica every once in a while. This box remained mostly unopened, but on my desk for a year and a half. So that's a thing. That's just a thing that just happened. This is me making good radio while other people are off getting water. And I hope that you guys have had fun with that and are making wonderful comments in here that they will not have any idea what this is about. Unless, of course, their wireless headphones are continuing to function as they wander around their respective abodes. So I'm still interested to see the reactions to see what they wrote on, what you guys wrote on the screen when they come back. That ought to be a good time. So I don't know why it's taking them so long to get friggin' water, unless they both have outdoor wells that they need to go and lower buckets into. I have indoor plumbing, and I'm in Kansas, so I mean, they should. Okay, Cat's back. That's good.
Okay, I'm like, I wasn't getting water right.
Oh. Oh, right. You had to go ferment some grapes. Okay, I got you. You had to go stomp in a big tub with
actually, feet. I realized I actually had to open a new bottle. So there.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So sorry.
So there. Okay. Oh, Elio didn't have his headphones on. All right. So I told everybody a story and told them to write stuff in the chat because I don't have the chat screen up. So now you have to read what's on the chat to figure out what I was talking about.
I did change the water to wine, Jason Smith. You're welcome.
Tony is a boob.
That's non-specific. He's not going to get any clues if you say that.
Already, and hopefully, great fun watching. Hurry up. Yeah, great one.
Oh, wow. There's some interesting stuff in the chat there.
What, good stuff or really inappropriate stuff?
I saw some inappropriate stuff.
Well, I didn't tell an inappropriate story, so I don't know where that's going. So
now I heard you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, you did hear me. Yeah, there's Elio that didn't know.
Yeah, mine is wireless.
You're right, yeah. I mentioned that, yeah.
Something about a harmonic? What? What's Jamal talking about, a harmonica?
Yeah. Well, you weren't supposed to come out and say it, Jamal. No, because I gave you your key on the... I tried to give you your key on the harmonica, but I don't know how to play.
You told them to just write. Told them to just write.
Write stuff to see if you could figure out what I was talking about. But
because I think
Jamal just give it away.
You weren't talking about anything. You probably just said, "All right, guys. Well, Elio's away."
No, Kat heard the whole thing in her headphones. I was talking about the harmonica, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It was a good story. Good story.
No, it wasn't. It was a really terrible story. That's why I wanted people to respond to it and write stuff in there to be fun with it. Okay. I guess I won't do that anymore. And you guys aren't allowed to go get water and leave me here all alone anymore because clearly I can't be trusted to handle
all right. I need to be better supplied next time.
All right. On screen. Ready?
Yes.
We might as well wait 5 seconds. 1:17:00. On screen in 3, 2. Computer. Set Star Trek Discovery Season 3, Episode 4, Forget Me Not, on screen.
We return with another crew log, this time from Dr. Kolber, recapping again where everything stands.
It sounded like Kolber.
Well, I was trying not to cough, so I'll start again. I had to, yeah, anyway. Okay, try that again. We return with another crew log, this time from Dr. Culber, recapping again where everything stands. We're 900 years in the future. The crew is angsty. Adira, a human with a Trill symbiont. Oh, and now my dog starts to bark. Ugh. Okay. We return with another crew log, this time from Dr. Culber, recapping again where everything stands. We're 900 years in the future. The crew is angsty. Adira, who's a human with a Trill symbiont, also known as the Squid, wants to join the crew. Burnham being Burnham. Since Adira can't remember anything about her previous host, though she does remember that one host, Senatal, which is super convenient since that's exactly who Burnham... Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Bad doggies. Oh, she really means it this time. Oh no, Mama's out of the chair. Oh hell no.
So I put out a cat cam on the patio because we've got two little feral cats that are around the complex, and
You should wait to tell your story because the moments of silence we have are going to be precious. Go cat, go.
Okay, I want to hear about those cats, but I will finish this. Since Adira can't remember anything about her previous host, though she does remember that one host, Senatal, which is super convenient since that's exactly who Burnham wants to talk to. In the best interests of all involved, Saru decides that Adira should probably go to Trill to get it all sorted. Now, don't get me wrong. Hot tubs are cool, but not as cool as these sacred pools on Trill because they have tentacle threads. These are good tentacles, though, not scary tentacles. Sorry. I'm dying.
I didn't write this week.
I know. I'm like, I really tried to...
The rhythm's all off because she's used to my stuff. And yeah,
I know. I'm missing your sarcasm, though.
There's some here. Oh, there's some here. All right. It's just not mine.
No, I wrote this with Jake's help. So I was trying to... trying to embody Tony's sarcasm and still try and get the synopsis right.
I am flattered.
It didn't quite work though.
No. It's working. It's there. It's just I'm flattered. Honestly, thank you.
All right, so these are good tentacles though, because then we learn why Adira can't remember. Their Trill lover dies right in front of them from an unfortunate asteroid collision. So then they can remember all their past Trill lives. Adira and Burnham get out of the pool, and at first the Trill are pissed, but then they're not. Back on Discovery, people are grumpy. They go all Orange County Chopper Thanksgiving special. Then, in a moment of despair, Saru wonders how he can turn it all around, and lo and behold, the ship's computer suddenly changes into Zora and fixes everything with popcorn and a movie. The end.
That about sums it up.
There's not much that can't be solved with popcorn and a movie. But before we jump into our review, let's talk about some of the statistics this episode. This aired on November 5th, 2020 in the United States. The episode was written by Alan McElroy, Chris Silvestri, Anthony Marinville, and it was directed by Hannalee Culpepper. All right. This one's going to be a tough one to review, I think. So let's first, let's talk about the relationship. Okay. Adira and Gray's relationship. This was it was a beautiful, it was a beautifully delivered depiction of what the relationship was like for them. I thought that the two actors did what they could with what they were given.
That was really artfully well put. That was really artfully done. I congratulate you, sir.
Well done.
I congratulate you.
Not only did they do well with what they were given, but they did it without much direction. you know, we when it was announced that there was going to be a new couple in Star Trek Discovery, you know, I remember we talked about that. We talked about our fear about them pigeonholing. Is that the word? Is that the phrase?
I think fridging is how it's usually termed, but sure, pigeonholing works too.
And stereotyping a relationship just to do it, just to do it. Now it's early. It seems that Gray is going to be around in some way, shape, or form for the.
They've already announced that she's filming scenes in season 4.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
this is another one of those. Why can't two people just be together? Right? I get it. You want to try to push Star Trek to be inclusive, and you want to try it to, you know, make a splash, but why make a splash when you don't need to? You know, two humans together who happen to be, right? Let's just write like that. Can we write like that?
I thought they did that with Culber and Stamets. That was great.
I put in the chat earlier this week that we were talking about. They did more for that whole mission of inclusion with the toothbrush scene in season 1 of Discovery than this whole Trill concept is doing for this. That's how you tell the story. That's how you put a spotlight without shining a spotlight, right? You don't need to like make fireworks and lens flares about this stuff. It's two people who care about each other, hanging out in their PJs, talking over important morality plays we talked about earlier in the show while brushing their teeth. Because that's the thing people do. You juxtapose the cosmic implications of whatever you want to talk about with Star Trek with somebody making dinner. And you put those two things together so you relate to the whole people making dinner thing, and you go, oh yeah, I guess that for these guys in space 400 years from now, it's normal to have to worry about these cosmic morality play things while brushing your teeth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they remove you from any connection to reality by putting them on a spaceship. With one of them is like, you know, the 15th symbiote thing. The other person's got amnesia. They're both orphans in a way that we don't understand why they're orphaned or why they're teenagers on a generation ship or why there's generation ships when you still have warp speed. It's just that fuel is rare. So you've taken them out of not only the reality of us here in the 21st century Earth, but also the reality of the Star Trek you're trying to build.
Right.
And then now we're going to try the representation stuff. Fire all of these writers. Fire all of them.
None of my issues. I mean, I didn't mind. I thought they were adorable. I loved their story. I mean, it was really with the asteroid, though. Come on. We already had to kill him. I mean, no.
Yeah, it's not even fridging anymore. They're pre-frozen.
Right,
you don't even bother to fridge them during the show. It's like, no, they're already dead. But trust me, we're going to do something with later on. Okay.
Yeah. I had a lot of issues with the storyline in this, and Adira and Gray were none of it. I mean, yeah, there were so many other issues.
I didn't even get to the second commercial break before I was ready to throw something at the TV.
Oh, man. I had issues.
Now, I look, having these characters introduced in Star Trek, I know meant so much to a lot of people, and that is fantastic. But I say this time and again, being critical of a show that you love or a franchise that you love is not hurting the franchise. Quite the contrary. It's making sure that you're holding the creative team accountable so that they don't make mistakes like fridging. They don't make mistakes like tearing a couple apart when they don't need to in order to cause to just make drama, right? Everyone deserves better. Everyone deserves better representation, normalized representation that doesn't need to involve spectacle or drama. Just like why does Adira's significant other now have to be invisible to the rest of the crew? Like Jamal pointed out.
Oh, invisible, huh? Like you don't really see them for who they really are, and it's all in the one character's head.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't send a bad message at all. Like the opposite message of what you're trying to say.
And so, now here's the other. So, all right, we've addressed that. We've addressed that. Hopefully, they'll be able to salvage, in my opinion, as much as they can this relationship to help normalize it better.
It reminds me of that Groundhog Day when Bill Murray's character drives off the cliff and Chris Elliott goes, "Well, he might have survived that," and then the car explodes at the bottom of the ravine, and he goes, "Well, probably not after that." Just they should have learned with Colbert. Come on, guys, this is your do-over.
Robert Hurt says it's his favorite episode. I got
no. We have
topics.
Let's just we have notes. We have notes. Let's just start with the opening credits. Opening credits. Scene 1.
Yes. All right. Now Tony, you specifically have a problem with these opening logs, right?
Oh my God, they're terrible.
Traditional Star Trek and more familiar Star Trek, the captain's logs or the supplemental logs were done to fill in the gaps for the story, right? They were to set up scenes. They were to set up the audience. It was a tool. It was a tool to help set the audience up for what was to come, right? A bit of a backstory, not necessarily expositional, but more a plot tool to help set up the story. What makes these logs different in Star Trek Discovery?
Because what they tried to do back in the 60s and in the 90s with Next Generation, or in the 2000 late 90s with Deep Space Nine or Voyager, it's captain's log, whatever. Here's what we're about to do. Here's what you need to know so that the first lines of actual dialogue on the screen will make sense to you. We're going to set this. We're literally setting the stage for the adventure that's about to happen. These last 2 weeks, what it's been is, here's how my character feels about what's happened before. And if you don't know that, you should either A, watch the episode, the previous episode, so that they tell you and show you exactly what the character thinks about what's happened, or B, you should watch this episode to find out how the character feels about what's going on. Because that should all happen in the episode. We should understand by the characters' faces and speeches about what they how they think about what's happening. We don't need a recap right after you get the recap that you see on
previously.
Yeah. Oh my God!
I know. We literally just saw it previously, and then we get, medical officer log. Well, here we go again.
It's just awful. No. It hurt.
All right. I want to say my biggest issue was, okay, some episodes of other Star Trek where sometimes the main character or a captain or whatever isn't really even in the episode. Like, I feel like this episode, we didn't even need Burnham. Why did Burnham have to go down to Trill? Why did Burnham have to be in the pool? Can't we just have gone with Adira to experience what Adira was doing? I really feel like Burnham wasn't necessary to. And my other point is, if these pools are sacred and the Trill are the only ones, like, they're sacred to Trill, why would they let Burnham get in the pool with her? Wouldn't a Trill be better suited to have gone into the pool?
No, it's cool. It's cool, man, because that guy was a rebel. That priest guy, he was a rebel. And he was like,
y'all are just standing around. Wouldn't you go into the pool? It's a Trill pool. Why are you going to let Burnham, another outsider, go into the pool with her? God.
Well, it's fine because he has a floaty. The floaty will tell. Yeah, the floaty will. That's
levels.
Right. So he had to set the floaty that you put in the pool to tell your isopropylene, whatever the hell levels are. He had to turn the dial to human because it was designed to read humans, and then he couldn't go in the pool because then you'd have to turn the dial back to Trill because it was designed for Trill in the first place. But it had a human setting because then Burnham had to go in too, and so it didn't have two dials because the isopropylene levels that you monitor for the Trills the dial was wrong.
So I just think that this episode overall was poorly directed. Everything was acting. We must not do these things. Several times throughout the episodes, it was as if though the director was line reading for them, which for any actor makes you want to pull your hair out. On Trill, these dramatic pauses of, again, this is acting, pulled me out from enjoying the story. You know, the what was happening on the ship, right? The dysfunction happening on the ship.
The Thanksgiving dinner gone wrong. I like that bit. That
yes. Yeah. I feel like that was a bit out of order. I feel like maybe we should have seen that before they made it to Earth, so that at the end, not only do they get to watch the movie for the people who stayed on board, but the others get to go and be on Earth for a little bit.
Before they went to Trill.
Right,
They didn't have, before they got to Trill. Yes, right. That should have happened on the way to Trill. Yeah.
That should have happened on the way to Trill, or it should have happened at Earth. So that at the end of it, the crew who is feeling disconnected, who is feeling at odds with themselves and each other, could have that moment of breath and relaxation at that big ass tree that we saw last week.
Right. And why was Michael taken out of that connectedness? It's like they're trying to separate Michael from the rest of the crew. Like, why wasn't she included in the connectiveness? Like, where was she at dinner? Like, but no, she had to go to Trill.
You see, Kat, she's changed. You know, and it's going to take her some time to get over. I don't know if you remember that.
It's funny you mentioned that, is that you're right. You know, last week you pointed out she hasn't changed. Her temperament has changed, but her, you know, she smiles more. She's less Vulcan. That's what I mean when I say that she's smiling more. As an actor, she's emotive more. She is responding to things. She's laughing more. The Vulcanness that we saw in season 1 and season 2, the stoic behavior, the holding back emotions, is much less with her now in this season. Almost gone. It's like that Vulcan Burnham is just long gone. But like you pointed out last week, her behavior is still the same. Her choices are still the same. She didn't make the, you know, she defied the captain yet again because she knew better, quote unquote, right? So yeah, I just this episode, just from a overall, from a directing point of view, from a writing point of view, I felt like it took a few steps back.
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah.
Can we bring up Zora? Like, the ship's computer changes voices all of a sudden, and that's not like a major concern to Saru? Like, wait a minute, what?
For the audience, it's cool because if you watch the short treks, you know that Zora eventually takes. So it's like, for the audience, that's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that, I mean, this, I like the idea that we're going to see the evolution of, you know, we know where it's going. Okay, that's cool. But for the captain of the friggin' ship, there's an alien. That's not a
concern? That's not a concern? Oh, I feel like it's good.
It's going to protect us.
It's good. It's fine. No, it's fine.
The alien data is rewriting your computer, and you just got finished like wiping out an artificial intelligence that wanted to take over the universe and stuff.
I guess in the Star Trek universe, nobody ever watched Space Odyssey or Jesus, what is it?
2001.
Yeah,
Space Odyssey. Yeah.
So they clearly never. Dave, that's not in the lexicon.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, Saru. I can't overload the warp core.
Panda points out the best line was when Culber is talking to Burnham and says that she's a responsibility hoarder, because yes, that's who she is.
That was a very That
was a great scene. I loved that scene. That was my favorite part of the whole thing.
There.
Yes.
Like, and cut. Like, they have like these brilliant little flashes. Like the responsibility hoarder. That was good. That was a good bit. That's fine. Like that, just draw a box around that.
I really did like Culber. Yeah. I really did love Culber in that part, that bit. That was fantastic.
It's why like isn't his character the chief medical officer?
I wondered that too.
He sure is behaving as it. Why is it? Is it because he's Latino? What the deuce? Why
I don't know. I thought the other doctor was
the other doctor is supposed to be chief medical officer
because you know he died and stuff.
Right. He loses seniority when you die.
No, he was never chief medical officer. He's never been chief, not in season 1, not in season 2. He has never been chief medical officer. Yeah, and yet now all of a sudden we're getting logs from him. He's you know, the chief, when Adira is being scanned and she's sitting on the medical bed.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one talking, and the chief medical officer's like, "Yeah, I'm over here. I'm gonna say one line." Like what? It just it was like a whole new team of writers and people behind the scenes wrote this episode. Like if it was like no one from the first 3 episodes was involved in this episode.
Yeah, I really had issues with this episode.
And talk about canon. What a missed opportunity to bring Dax into this. What a missed opportunity. You have 2 of the actors who are still alive and well that could have come back and been in that reveal.
Yeah.
You got Terry Farrell and you've got Nicole DeBoer. Both of them still active. What a missed opportunity. What a missed opportunity for fan service. What a missed opportunity.
Well, you see, they put the canon in the blender and they just hit frappe. And so canon doesn't matter anymore. For example, here's another missed opportunity for you. Everyone's like, well, how the hell did that Trill even survive? Because, we had a whole episode in Next Generation where the whole point of the plot was we got to get this squid out of Riker before it kills him. So that was the whole plot, right? Because a human can't handle it. So here we go. How about one of those people that wind up in, headspace? What if one of them was human or half human? And you just say, yeah, guess what? This was possible all along. These Trill guys are just prejudiced against doing it because it's not mainstream, man. But it's cool. We did it before the burn. They just forgot. So you go out there and you tell them that symbiotes with humans are cool, man. And that's why you didn't die when the squid went in you. Because I've already done this before. I already know how to merge with the human. It would have solved the canon thing. It would have solved the gender identity thing. Because it would have been, it's not you that's messed up, Blue. The symbiote was cool with this all along. It's everybody else who just doesn't get it. You just need to go back outside and tell them that that's cool.
And
they screwed up everything.
I see a lot of people arguing about the whole Dax thing. I don't see why.
Dax is brilliant.
Dax bringing in like Robert Hurt, bringing in Dax would not have done justice to the character. Def Dog disagrees. Doing Dax would have just been fan service and not what we know. But I think we do need it. I think we do need it. If you introduce look, man, Picard was nothing but fan service. Nothing but fan service. And we all applauded it. We all loved it.
Except these guys specifically wanted to jump 900 years out to get
There's no, but if the symbiote is almost, can live on for forever, there's no reason why at least Ezri wouldn't show up, right? Like it just missed opportunity just for a moment to say, what I think we all would have been like, yeah. And you know what that would have done? Any person who's watching this episode who then goes, oh, you know what? I kind of want to watch another Star Trek. Hey, my friend who knows about Star Trek, what should I watch now that I know about the Trill? Well, how about, season 3 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine? Watch that one. And another one. Oh, look, it's the same Dax. You're going to watch it and you're going to fall in love with it again. In this case, fan service would have helped a little bit to generate buzz.
It's a burden.
Canon's a burden. All right.
Hey, Robert Hertz. Tony said you had a good point about accepting outsiders as Trill.
This is the kind of stuff that if you just, this is the sort of thing I thought as I watched it. If there were people in the writer's room who thought for like 15 seconds and knew some things about Star Trek, that would have been pretty obvious to somebody. That's why I keep saying the Lower Decks team needs to have script approval. They just need somebody from that squad. A couple people from that squad need to just have all the scripts go across their desk to go, quick thing, fix this. It's not unfixable. Some of the stuff is not the stuff they do is not unfixable. It's just that they don't think about it. They don't take care of it. And they're not even careful with their own. They're not even careful with their own new world they're building. In the last episode, she's like, Trill. Well, I've run into a couple of those people in the trading post. Burnham says, because in 22nd century timeline, they haven't met the Trill yet. I've ran into a couple in the outposts out here. And then the next episode, she's like, golly, I hope they're peaceful. You're the one who's supposed to know. You're the one that's been running around for a year because you've changed. You've changed and all. I'm done. Done.
Kat, do you have any last words?
No, just Not my favorite episode.
All right. Well, then right there at the bottom, please sweep us out.
That wraps up this week's on screen for Star Trek Discovery. Now let's open hailing frequencies and see what's incoming.
142.40.
We have feedback.
We do.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Ready for feedback? We're going to do 143 for feedback. 143.00. Feedback in 3, 2. Well, captains, hailing frequencies are now open and we're ready to receive all of your incoming messages.
Last week, Last week I talked too fast. Last week I talked really fast.
Yeah.
Last week, our community question was, are you shipping Burnham and Book? What is their ship name?
From Twitter, Joshua Selig writes, I can see the shipness of this. I can see the shipness of this. I would go with Bookham, as in Bookham, Dano. Also, in the most recent promo, did I not see...
Oded Fair?
Did I not see Oded Fair, NCIS, the Mummy alumni? I hope he's not a villain, as he seems to be getting typecast. No, I don't think that... There's this one frame that you see in the teaser for the next episode. Oh, jeez. But I know. Oh, yes, it is Oded Fair who's playing, whoever that admiral is. But also Cronenberg. Whoever.
Oh yeah, David Cronenberg.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna be in next week's episode too.
Saw that. Made a cameo. Nice. With the glasses.
But we all know that every guest star admiral in Star Trek is in fact a bad guy, right?
That's true.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Or dies.
Or dies.
But
we've put canon in a blender, so maybe this time it'll be different.
From Facebook, Matthew Mevis writes, of course we ship Burner, Bookham. More than that, though, I ship Mariner and Giorgio. What? Fickett, Marinu? Whatever. I want a Roger Rabbit, Cool World style crossover, or just bring Tawny Newsome to Michelle Yeoh's show.
Sorry, you're going to get it. Oh, good.
I like that idea.
I think you're going to get a Picard Lower Decks crossover. I think that's going to happen.
Ooh. Okay.
Please don't. And look, if there's going to be a crossover, then bring Tawny Newsome in. Don't make it. I don't want Cool World or Roger Rabbit.
No.
Just bring Tawny Newsome in. Bring in Jack
I
Quaid.
love Tawny Newsome.
Bring them in.
She stole Space Force.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so much.
Yeah.
With the K-pop. Boop, boop.
Yeah, she was super good in that. She needs on one of these Star Trek shows for sure. From Twitter, Chris Smith goes, let's go with Bookburn. And Sean Turcotte agrees on Facebook. However, Eric Chung and Jeffrey Harlan want to avoid the Fahrenheit 451 angle. Yeah, that's probably smart.
Yeah, we do not support Bookburn.
Yeah. I think Bookham.
I like Bookham.
Yeah, Bookham Myko. Because Michael, I don't know. Bookham Cleveland, I don't know.
Well, that wraps up episode 486 of Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. But there are more great shows available to you on the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Just visit podcasts.roddenberry.com for a complete list. Then be sure to subscribe to them all and share them with your friends.
Do we have a new one? Am I supposed to replace that?
What?
Oh, okay. The name? Because we said that last week, right?
Yeah, we can delete it.
Okay. But we can't forget to send a special thanks to some of our Patreon supporters like David K. Rutley, Peter Archibald, Gerald Bosch, and Joshua Selig. Thanks.
Here's a reminder of what our community questions are for this week. Was Janeway justified in splitting Tuvix to save Tuvok and Neelix? Did she murder Tuvix? Has the shift in content release models and schedules affected how often you play Star Trek Online?
Captain, it's important. I need a drink here. Captains, it's important to us that you get your voice heard and that you participate in the conversation. Leave us a comment on our website at PriorityOnePodcast.com, on our Facebook page at Facebook.com/PriorityOnePodcast, or find us on Twitter and Instagram at PriorityOnePod.
And if you're still craving more, be sure to spend time with Winters, Anthony, Thomas, me, plus the rest of the Priority One Armada. Saturday nights, the Armada broadcasts live to review the latest news from Star Trek Online and the Armada community, including spotlighting some of our amazing members. With regular giveaways, there's something for all STO players, whether you're new or a veteran. Follow us on all our social media accounts for broadcast times, and if you'd like to join the Armada, visit PriorityOneArmada.com.
Excuse me. This episode of Priority One is brought to you by our patrons through Patreon.com. Captains, during these difficult times, we are humbled by the continued support of patrons who find value in the content that we produce. During these difficult times, we are humbled by the content.
We are humbled by the content.
This episode of Priority One Podcast is brought to you by our patrons through Patreon.com. During these difficult times, Captains, we are humbled by the continued support of our patrons and new patrons who find value in the content that we produce each and every week. If you're interested in joining the Patreon family, visit us over at patreon.com/PriorityOne.
Don't forget to tune in to I am going to have a drink first here. I thought I was going to be able to get through it. Nope.
Drinks all around. Woo!
Sorry, it's just iced tea.
Ah, boo.
Don't forget to tune into Priority One Productions' Guard Frequency podcast at guardfrequency.com. Each episode, the Guard will take you inside the universe of your favorite space sims, including a tabletop adventure played out by your hosts. And Heroes Rise brings you up to date with the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Learn all about the latest I do this every week. Learn all about the latest publications, tools, tips, tricks, and traps in less time than it takes to skin a wyvern. Head over to heroesrisepodcast.com to discover their secrets.
Thanks to our audio editors, including Gray, Brandon, William, Rand, Roscoe, and Skiffy. Thanks to our audio editors, including Gray, Brandon, William, Rand, Daniel, Roscoe, and Skiffy. Thanks to our producer, Jake, and associate producers, Shane and Thomas. Together, they help us organize and write up our weekly summary of the headlines from the Star Trek multiverse. Thanks to our social media manager, Anthony. Thanks to our graphic artist, Henry, with support from Jason of the Priority One Armada. Thanks to the composer of our theme music, Chris Watts. But most importantly, a big thanks to you, the Star Trek community, our listeners, because without your ongoing support, none of this would be possible. 150-30, please.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Captains, before we go, we're going to do an unboxing of another Eagle Moss ship. And this one is the Baran.
Lorca's ship. Yay.
That's right. Now, I have to admit that I just opened it and I pulled it out of the box right now for the first time. And this is by far my favorite one. My favorite.
Oh, you don't have the Baran in game?
I have the Baran in game, but I don't have a Eagle Moss ship. I'm saying like
this is your favorite Eagle Moss ship.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
This is absolutely. You're biased.
So I am biased. So
I'm gonna get this one next because I want the Baran.
All right, don't forget to use coupon code priority 10.
I won't forget.
All right, so here we go.
Wow, that's beautiful.
There we go. All right, so there's a bit focused. All right, so this is the dorsal section. Is that the underside? I think
the ventral is the underside.
Ventral. This is the ventral.
I always know because Ace Ventura asked if you had a dorsal fin.
I mean, look at the shading on the colors, man.
That's beautiful. Yeah, the blues really stand out.
Yes, yeah. There's this like red lining, the red outline. This is just stunning. All right,
Lorca has a good ship.
Well, this is the 25th century one, right?
What, the Baran? No, it's like the same as this.
I thought the Gagarin.
No, the Baran was Lorca's ship before he captained
Right.
Discovery, so it's still 23rd century, right? Wow, that's amazing.
I see a lot of Thomas going on right there. That's what I'm asking. Ooh, no!
Don't drop it.
Or breach, Captain.
Well, here's the thing. These models are made from die-cast, amazing models that are so durable
that Elio could drop them, and it didn't just shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Nick Dugan just wrote, "You broke your little ship."
I broke your little ships.
So this is the top side. I mean, yeah, those blues.
Wow,
shading.
That's fantastic.
That's really good.
All right, I'm getting that one next. I need Lorca's ship for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
Well, Nick can tell us that's the 25th century one. That's not the 22nd century one, right?
It's the Baran. There's only one, right?
You guys ready?
Yes.
Right.
What are we doing?
Eagle Moss.
Oh.
So 153.20, 153.30. Or do you guys need time to pull up the email again?
Whoops.
We've done this 3 or 4 times. I'll wing it. I can probably do it.
It's fine.
Captains, before we move on to Star Trek gaming news, we do need to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Eagle Moss, and their Hero Collection and their Hero Collector series featuring exclusive starships from Star Trek Online. During the live broadcast recording of episode 483, we opened up the Baran, Lorca's ship from Star Trek Discovery. And I have to admit, this is my favorite ship so far that I've opened. It is just absolutely stunning. The shading in particular, right? These are all die-cast models, right? That are processed virtually identical to each other. But the paint job on this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Kat, you pointed out those shades of blues that are on the ship. The detail, I actually dropped it accidentally while we were live broadcasting, and not a scratch on it. Not a scratch on it. That's how durable these ships are. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Then they come from the Star Trek Online 3D models, right? So they're going to be screen accurate to what you see in the game. So the Klingon ship, the Romulan ship, the one we just unboxed. They've also got the Jemadar ship that's going to be available soon. All these things come from the game, so you'll instantly recognize what you've been playing in the game comes to life here with this model. And they are very nice.
I mean, man, the detail is fantastic. I mean, you can get the Gagarin, the Chimera, which is Nog's ship, which is also very cool. But man, that Baran is gorgeous. Yeah, and if you would like one, you can use the discount code we have, priority10, to get 10% off.
That's
well
right,
worth it.
That's right, Captains. 10% off. You get free shipping. You can start pre-order. That's right, Captains. 10% off. You get free shipping to boot. And the thing about it is that these ships are $30. $30 without our 10% off. That's without our 10% off. So after that, so shave off 10%, shave off the shipping, and this is a perfect holiday gift. That's it. We're in holiday season now. You got Mariah Carey's song blasting everywhere now. It's just going to be unstoppable for the next 2 months.
It's just so catchy.
It's time to start planning for the holidays. And if you or your special person in your life happens to love Star Trek, these ships are definitely going to bring a smile to their face. So, like Kat said, save 10% off by using priority10 at checkout as your coupon code, and bring Star Trek Online to life, right? And bring Star Trek Online to life. Anybody else? No. So, and of course, we thank Eagle Moss for their support of Priority 1.
Can I see it again?
Oh, I put it in the box already.
Oh, man. That ship is awesome. I should have got that one. I mean, I do like the Romulan one, but I want that one.
157.00. All right, Captains, that's it for this episode of Priority 1 Podcast. We are done for the night. We'll be back next Tuesday, same bat time, same bat channel. Be sure to follow us on Twitch. Look out for Melchizedek tomorrow night. He'll be making an appearance.
Nook Nick.
Hello, everyone.
If you're watching us on Twitch right now, now's a good time to hit that subscribe button or set the notification button. If you are not following us on Twitch, I'm going to put it in the chat. Since I will be streaming as a Klingon. So thank you, everybody. Now we're going to record after hours. Until then, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Command codes verified. Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.